So if the ATF is anything, they're predictable. Since their failures with the bump stock, and I'm calling it failures because every person they drugged to court was found innocent, so in my book, that's considered a failure, they learned. And they changed what they're doing, and they have a playbook for what they do when they violate and or abuse Chevron deference to make a new law. Now, you may not call it a law because the ATF can't make a law, but when you're talking about something that can be enforced with violence, life sentence in prison, heavy penalties, in my book, that's a law. Let's call it for what it is. The ATF makes a new law. And their playbook has been the same since the failure with the bump stocks. It was the same through all of them that they abused Chevron deference to make a new law. They've always done the same thing. And it's why I was so dumbfounded when I started reporting on the whole rare breed thing, because I laid out exactly what's going to happen. I feel, as a creator, it's my duty to let my audience know, and that's why they come to my videos, how the chessboard is laid out, where all the pieces are, this way they can make the best possible move. And everybody called me a fearmonger, Chicken Little, stuff like that, and I was like, what? How do you not know what's gonna... They do the same thing every single time. And I kept making videos and ultimately got canceled for it. There's a large amount of creators that are stating this. Not verbatim, but enough to where I'm just like, dude, shame on you. This is not some sort of game to see who can be the coolest YouTuber. You are playing with people's lives. Call it as you see it. Call it as it is. Yes, things might change in the future, but that's not the point. You're ignoring what you know to be true. Well, this is their playbook. This is how they do it. We will get to BDU in a second, but it's important to understand what part of their playbook they're at right now. Because remember, they do the same thing every single time. Step 1, they do a public announcement. They announce to the world that they have made a new law. Again, I understand it's a rule, but they are in fact making laws. So they put out their public announcement. That's step 1. The next step they do is they go on a fishing trip. What they're looking for here is people that either deny purchasing it, because if they come to your door and you deny purchasing it, that's grounds for a warrant. They get a warrant, it's game over. They can come in, there's nothing you can do about it. And what they're doing is they're fishing for step number 3. They're looking for a slam dunk conviction. They want to come to your house and be like, that chicken coop back there, is that a meth lab? And then boom, they get their foot in their door with that, and then they charge you for product X and a meth lab. No judge is going to let that go because you had a meth lab. Yeah, right here is them making a new law, but they're able to attach it to the meth lab and slip it through the court system. Therefore, giving them precedence. Now, it's not like district precedence or anything like that, but they've got a conviction on this particular product. Therefore, in other cases, they can reference it and be like, yes, this judge right here did find this to be a machine gun or a silencer or XYZ. In the rare breed case, what they did is they found a guy with 40 other gun charges and they attached it on there. That was their slam dunk conviction. Now they need to set a public example. Typically, what they did in the past was go after the owner. Like the person who made the Google, they went after him. The person making they went after them, I believe is what it was called, and they go after the owner. In this particular case, the rare breed case, it's been a little different. But then the final step is public acceptance. That's when the general public is like, okay. Yeah, you can't make a law, but no, I don't want to go to prison, so I'm going to abide by your fiat law. So anyway, on the rare breed case, it went a little bit different because the owner didn't stop manufacturing the product after their public announcement. And not only did the owner not stop manufacturing the product, a whole bunch of public backlash happened because of it. Because people love the product and they're like, this is not a machine gun. It does not fit the definition of a machine gun, therefore it is not. You cannot make a law. And there was a pile of public backlash. Which brings me to their slam dunk conviction / plea deal. The fact that the owner kept making the product after their public announcement that would be manufacturing, distributing, and selling an illegal machine gun. Yes, I know it's not a machine gun, but because they have Chevron deference, that is in fact a machine gun if they say it is. Because the Supreme Court awarded them the power of Chevron deference. And that basically means you can make up new laws. Yes, that's being fought and challenged, but it's not dead yet. So they use Chevron deference to label this as a machine gun. So you think the owner would have been indicted right away, which makes me believe that they're going after something much larger. Because of all the public backlash they got and all the non-compliance they got, I think they want to send a larger message. Now, I'm speculating here. Remember, this is just speculation. I'm saying this strictly for entertainment purposes. I don't have any special insight or anything like that. My speculation is their indictment list is over 100 characters long. Because you got the people manufacturing it, you got several YouTubers that showed the product, which makes them possessing an illegal machine gun. You have several YouTubers promoting the sale of it after it, so that's promoting the sale of an illegal machine gun. You have FFLs that were selling it after their public letter. I mean, the list goes on. And I think they have a conspiracy list with like 100 or so names on it of different YouTubers, FFLs, etc. that they're trying to push through, but they can't push it through yet because they got to get a couple of convictions. So until they get those convictions, I don't think the indictments are going to start flowing. I may be wrong on this, but I think that's their end game with this particular case, is a massive conspiracy. Just huge. So, what do they have to do? One, they have to convict the guy that had 40 other gun charges. Now, I think to go after the actual owner of Rare Breed Trigger, they got BDU to flip state evidence. Now, Real May broke this story.
However, it seems as if Big Daddy Unlimited is agreeing with the false lies from the ATF and is saying that the FRT-15 and therefore the wide open triggers which they sell are machine guns. If they're saying the FRT-15 is a machine gun, they are also saying that the wide open triggers are machine guns. That should be very concerning to you.
Just a little bit ago, but he missed on that. He didn't bring that point up. The fact that BDU is in a patent case with Rare Breed Trigger, and in that patent case, BDU basically called it a machine gun, which they have attorneys. You don't make a mistake like that. That was intentional. The thing is, BDU, they made their trigger, the Watt, the wide open trigger, but they weren't just a machine gun charge. It was produced outside the country, so they got ITAR problems. They got machine gun problems. Like, they have a laundry list of possible charges, and nobody got indicted yet. Why? I think they agreed to go state's evidence because from another anonymous source, which I'm not going to cover the details of it because that's a full video in itself, BDU is belly up. They're done. They're basically at the point of filing bankruptcy. They've overextended and the line broke. They had too much public backlash. Somebody else will cover that and you will get an in-depth story of the downfall of BDU. The point is BDU's done. And then they do a statement like that in a patent thing, which leads me to believe, again, this is speculation, that the ATF got them to go state's evidence because that is a part of their game plan. That's what they've done in all the other cases. They get one of the defendants to flip to state evidence. I'm not going to accuse them of fabricating statements, but they give statements that are damning enough to be able to prosecute the owner. And I believe that's what BDU's doing. I'm sure a part of their agreement was to start calling it a machine gun in their patent case, and then they'll probably do some other thing for the ATF to make all those ITAR charges and all those other gun charges go away. Remember, you got manufacturing, distributing, selling, ITAR, importation. Like, there is years worth of federal charges that they'd be facing, and no one got indicted. The next thing I want to cover is I keep hearing about this damn customer list that Rare Breed Trigger destroys their customer list every single day. Look, the only thing they sold were Rare Breed Triggers. They could go right to stamps.com and know every single person that ordered a Rare Breed Trigger from them. It's obvious. It's the only thing they sold, so anything coming from this address is a Rare Breed Trigger. Therefore, everyone that ordered from this particular address, they ordered a rare breed trigger. We can look at their credit card statements. We can look at stamps.com. It doesn't really matter what they did or did not destroy. They know you have them. That is a fact. They know you have them. So, another question I've had come up several times. Isn't it an NFA case? From a business standpoint, no. This is not an NFA case. This is a Chevron deference case. What they're doing, Rare Breed Triggers, is fighting Chevron deference. Because let's pretend that they just dropped everything and they went after the NFA on the fact that the NFA made their product illegal, so they're challenging the NFA. What if they win? That makes their product pretty irrelevant. There's no reason to buy their product if the NFA don't exist. Their product only exists and is relevant because of the NFA. It is a legal product you could get to simulate what it would be like to own a machine gun. That's the only reason their product's irrelevant. So they would spend thousands, probably millions of dollars to fight the NFA, win, and for what kind of return? They get no return. Their product is now irrelevant. What would be the gain? That's why they're going after Chevron deference, because if they get rid of Chevron deference and the NFA still stands, their product is still relevant. Therefore, it's financially beneficial for them to go after Chevron deference over a straight-up NFA charge. Yeah, at this point in the game, why not challenge the NFA? But I just don't think they will. It makes no sense for them as a company to go after the NFA. So no, the Rare Breed Trigger case is not an NFA case. So I'm hoping I shedded a little bit of light onto this. I know this video kind of went off in a whole bunch of different directions, but unfortunately it's a spider web, and all the spider web connects together, so without seeing the whole entire picture, you just don't understand what's going on. Anyway, if you'd like to help support the channel, I got my Patreon right there. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. Just by clicking on those links, even if you don't purchase what that particular link is for, just clicking on it, doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway. I have a kickback for it because you came there off of my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.